Northern Gale, Mr. JTL is Timber Bay. Flag is up, they're off. Approaching the first jump that way. And first out, Mr. JTL from the inside goes for the early lead. Northern Gale up to challenge that lead. Now Northern Gale slips through in the inside, takes over the lead as they approach the second of 13 fences. Mr. JTL back in second. Towards the inside, it's Hughes racing in the third spot now, up over that next fence. 2 fences complete. Towards the outside, also known as Wink, is up there early. And then another gap of a length and a half back to Reston, Maestro Magic. Pup the Pirate, up over the third of 13 fences. And under the finish line for the first time, Northern Gale leads the way. Mr. JTL second, Fly Rock third, back to even fourth. Then on the inside, you have Reston racing fifth. To the outside is Maestro Magic. Between those two is Q's. And back to the 2 trailers now, Pup the Pirate, and the 9th and final horse, also known as Wink. Continuing around the turn and approaching the backstretch now. Approaching the 5th fence that way. Northern Gale, Russell Haynes aboard, has the lead over the 5th fence. Mr. JTL second. In the third spot is Q's. As they continue their run down the backstretch. And continuing their run on the turn. And there goes back to even now, who suddenly joined the lead. And back to even has moved up into the third spot. Up over that next fence, it's still Northern Gale with the advantage by about 5. Mr. JTL second. In third is back to even, saving ground on the inside. Then you have Fly Rock. Then Q's. On the outside, Maestro Magic. Reston is next, far back the 2 trailers. Pup the Pirate, and also known as Wink. Into the stretch for the second time now. And Northern Gale still in front, Mr. JTL second. Close to third is back to even in good position. Then it's a length back to Q's the Gray on the inside. Also up there in good position on the turn is Reston saving ground. Then you have Maestro Magic and Fly Rock continuing their run, and the other 2 are far back from the field. On to the backstretch for the last time. 4 fences remaining now. To the 9th they go. Northern Gale hanging on to a slight lead. Mr. JTL second, back to even in good position in third on the inside. Then Reston on the outside. Also Maestro Magic is right there. And then you have Houston, the 2 trailers are far back. Fly Rock is dropped back, and the other 2, Pup the Pirate, and also known as Wink. Half mile to the finish line now. And up for the lead, there goes back to even, who had saved ground and now moves to the front. It is Northern Gale in second, Mr. JTL third. Q's is next on the move in fourth. And then a gap of some 3 more lengths back to Maestro Magic, Reston. And they come to the top of the stretch for the final time. And it is back to even. Showing the way, here comes the Gray. Q's on the inside with a bold run. And back in third is Northern Gale. Final fence now in the final yards under a drive. Northern Gale, Q's on the inside. Northern Gale, Q's, and it'll be back to even, who got there over Q's, and Northern Gale finishing third. And this is the first here at 4D Conger Field.
Now third, Q's is next on the move in fourth. And then a gap of 3 more lengths back to Maestro Magic, Reston. And they come to the top of the stretch for the final time. And it is back to even. inside with a bold run. And back in third is Northern Gale. Final fence now in the final yards. 100 drive. Northern Gale. Hughes on the inside. Northern Gale. Hughes. And it'll be back. Train at top loss. And we welcome also from Lady Beverage. We have Kathy Monaghan with Kevin.
Can you tell me?
It certainly was. I've been after Tom Voss for years to get me a jumping horse, and he bought this one from our mutual friend Dickie Small, who's a flat trainer in Maryland, and he's been a very useful kind of horse on the flat. He won a race and he's in the money a few times, and he ran once over the fences in Kentucky, but the ground was just rock hard, and Tom told the rider just to give him a little experience over fences and then pull him up before going too far, which he did. So this was really his first trip over the fences, and it's wonderful to be here in Aiken, and where I've spent a lot of time with mutual friends, and so I'm thrilled.
Flag is up. There. Gossip Monger on the inside, approaching the first of 12 jumps, and there goes Stellar League. Now Stellar League in the pink and gray up over that first fence takes the advantage. In second is Cumulus Nimbus. Back in third now. King Maximus is next. Then a length to Gossip Monger, who broke well. Takei is next up over the second fence. Continuing their run now, coming to the top of the stretch for the first time in the third fence that way. Stellar League in front, Cumulus Nimbus second. King Maximus is next in third. Then on the inside, Checkmark, Gossip Monger, Takei on the outside under a snug hold. Miss Battisti and Westcliff is last of the field of 8. 4 fences complete. Around the turn they go. And Stellar League has the advantage. Cumulus Nimbus next in second. King Maximus third. Checkmark is next, then Gossip Monger, Miss Battisti, Takei. Westcliff was eased on the turn and is out of the race. So the field is now reduced to 7 horses, heading towards the 5th of 13 fences. Stellar League shows the way to the 6th fence with Carl Rafter. Cumulus Nimbus coming up on the inside to challenge. Those two now together around the turn. Break of 5 to Checkmark in third. King Maximus, Gossip Monger, Miss Battisti, and trailing the field now is Takei. 7th fence up over that one. They've all cleared 7 of the 13 fences. They come into the stretch now for the second time. Stellar League is battling away with Cumulus Nimbus as they come into the stretch. And up over this 8th fence, Stellar League. Cumulus Nimbus under the finish line. They're approaching for the second time. 1 lap to go. Cumulus Nimbus. Short lead. Stellar League is right there. Now he's under the whip. Break of 5 to Checkmark. King Maximus, Gossip Monger. Break of 3 more lengths back to Miss Battisti and Take. Onto the backstretch for the last time. Approaching now the 9th fence that way, and Cumulus Nimbus having that advantage. Xavier Asperu aboard, Cumulus Nimbus in front. And as they approach and go over that 9th one, it's still Cumulus Nimbus, Stellar League battling away. 5 back to Checkmark, then King Maximus. As they continue their run, half-mile from home, 2 fences remaining now. And Cumulus Nimbus around the far turn has the advantage by 3 lengths. Stellar League in second. King Maximus up to third. Gossip Monger is next in fourth. Checkmark drop back, and for back, Miss Battisti. Into the stretch now for the final time. Here comes the 13th and final fence in the Cathedral aisle as they cut the corner and head into the stretch. On the outside, coming up now, there's King Maximus up now, and up over that fence, he's taken the lead away from Cumulus Nimbus down to the line. Off the pace to win it, King Maximus with James Slater. Finishing second, Cumulus Nimbus, Gossip Monger up to third, and Stellar League, who was up there early, finished fourth in this, the second race, the Cathedral Aisle.
Checkmark drop back, and for back, Miss Battisti. Into the stretch now for the final time. Here comes the 13th and final fence in the Cathedral Aisle. As they cut the corner and head into the stretch. On the outside, coming up now, there's King Maximus up now. And up over that fence, he's taking the lead away from Cumulus Nimbus down to the line. Off the pace to win it, King Maximus for James.
Come on, James, put the cell phone down just for the fun.
I mean, he's a really nice horse. He's just, he's got some attitude problems, some sanity issues, and the boss has had him for quite a while now. Been looking after him, trying to get him on the go. Today is the first time he's really put in a bit of effort, and he had fun out there. I mean, he jumped for fun, didn't make a mistake, I don't think. And that's probably the most horse I've ever had in between the second last and the last. I mean, it was just unbelievable the way he picked up and ran. As soon as he saw them coming back to him, he just took off. He won as easy as he could. I mean, just fun for him. He enjoyed it.
Flag is up, they're off. Pleasant Pick on the inside goes for the first jump, and there's 13 fences here. Clearing that fence, there goes Fabi's Legacy also up there. Fabi's Legacy now goes to the front. Heroes Among Us in second. Back in third is Pleasant Pick. Also to the outside, Barzulu rushing up. Heading to the second of 13 fences. Barzulu takes the lead. Fabi's Legacy next in second. Then on the outside is Westbound Road. Between those two, Heroes Among Us as they come now to the fourth of 13 fences. Into the stretch for the first time, Barzulu leads the way. Then Heroes Among Us is next in second, Fabi's Legacy third, Westbound Road is fourth, Kirumbai under a snug hold is fifth. On the outside, Yokozuna. Then from between horses, Barrington, and Pleasant Pick is 8th at this point, but only about 5 lengths from the leaders. So everyone's got a chance here as they head around the turn and move towards the backstretch. Barzulu leads the way. Barzulu has it by about 2. Fabi's Legacy next in second. After that, Heroes Among Us. Then Westbound Road. Down on the inside, Karimbi. And then another length on the outside, you have Barrington, Pleasant Pick. Continuing their run down the backstretch. Heading towards the 6th of 13 fences. Up over that fence, they have all completed that one successfully, and they head around the far turn to the 7th fence in this JUAC hollow purse. Barzulu running along well and has that lead, as bound along there by a length and a half. Down on the inside, rather on the outside, Westbound Road, then Heroes Among Us, up over that 7th fence. They've done that one well. And come towards the top of the stretch once again, and Barzulu still leads the way. Heroes Among Us, Westbound Road. Down on the inside, Barrington has moved into contention now. Then Karimbi behind horses. Then another length and a half. You have Fabi's Legacy. Yokozuna is next. And Pleasant Pick still trails. Up to the 9th fence. Barzulu clears that fence, and the entire field has cleared that one as well. Barzulu maintains the advantage. Down on the inside, in second is Barrington in a good spot. On the outside, Heroes Among Us is third. Then Westbound Road. After that, Karimbi. Then another length on the inside comes Fabi's Legacy, as they continue their run down the backstretch now. To the 9th fence they go. Barzulu still there. Barrington on the outside now. Barrington up to challenge for the lead. Continuing their run a half mile from home now, and the leaders are stride for stride. Barrington on the outside. Barzulu is right there. Break of 5 lengths. Heroes Among Us is next in 4th. Westbound Road is 5th. 5 lengths back to Yokozuna. Up over the next to last fence, 13th fence coming up now. And Barrington. Barrington on the outside is shaken clear from the field under Xavier Asparu. Barrington comes to the top of the stretch to the 13th and last fence. And Barrington up over that fence in front. Up on the outside, Heroes Among Us moving into second. Barzulu next in third, onto the wire. Barrington going easily in front.
Back to Yokozuna. Up over the next to last fence, 13th fence coming up now. And Barrington. Barrington on the outside, taking clear from the field under Xavier Asparu. Barrington comes to the top of the stretch to the 13th and last fence. And Barrington up over that fence in front. Up on the outside, Heroes Among Us moving into second. Barzulu next in third, onto the wire. Barrington going easily in front. The gate's closed. Keep the gates
Thank you.
closed. We still have a horse on the track.
Kind of says everything himself. I just felt like a complete passenger today. All I had to do was try and keep him inside the wings. Mr. Voss had done all the hard work getting him here today in such good order, and it was one of the easiest winners I've ridden for a while, so I'm just very grateful.
Great.
Back in line again. Flag up. They're off. And Gryffindor up for the early lead. Gryffindor takes it, going to the first fence. Sermon of Love is second now. Over that first fence, Gryffindor leads the way. But moving through on the inside, there goes Sheriff Dillon to take the second spot. And moving up again on the inside, as they go around the turn, Sermon of Love has regained second. So they head now towards the second of 13 fences. Gryffindor enjoys a 3-length lead. Humdinger is moved into second. In third is Sermon of Love. Then you have Bunt, and Sheriff Dillon is fifth. It's a tight pack now, just a few lengths separating first to last. Coming into the stretch for the first time, and here is the third of 13 fences. Up over that one, and bounding along with the lead is Gryffindor, heading now towards the fourth fence. Up over the fourth with Javier Asperu, and Gryffindor leads the way, has it by 3. Humdinger is second at this point. Down on the inside, it's Sheriff Dillon next. Alongside is Bunt, and to the outside is Sermon of Love fifth. 4 fences complete, heading to the backstretch now to the 5th of 13 fences. And Gryffindor maintains that advantage as they head to the 5th fence. In the second spot, Humdinger. To the outside, Sermon of Love third, and moving along well. And the 2 early trailers, but they're not very far back, would be Sheriff Dillon and Bunt. Up over that 5th, midway down the backstretch, heading to the 6th of 13. They're halfway from home now, and it is Gryffindor who's been there since the start. Gryffindor around the turn, and he heads now towards the 7th of 13 fences. Humdinger remains in second. Saving ground, Danielle Hotston with Sermon of Love. Then you have Bunt, and you also have Sheriff Dillon. Those 5 now head towards the next fence. 7th fence, up over that one, complete. Gryffindor comes to the top of the lane. They have 1 lap to go. Now Gryffindor cuts the corner there nicely and heads towards the 8th of 13 fences. Into the stretch for the second time in this Holiday Cup, sponsored by the Southern Bank and Trust. Up over that one, 8 complete. 9th coming up under the finish line for the second time. 1 lap to go, and Gryffindor has the lead by about 6, maybe 7 lengths. Humdinger is second. On the inside, it's Sheriff Dillon. Then you have Bunt, and Sermon of Love is back in 5th. Around that turn for the last time, and heading towards the backstretch. And Gryffindor heads towards the 9th fence and has a 7-length advantage. Humdinger second. In third is Sheriff Dillon. To the outside, Bunt, and coming on again on the outside, Sermon of Love. On to the backstretch for the last time. 4 fences from home now. At the 10th, Gryffindor up over that one well. 3 lengths to the best of the field. Humdinger next in second. And Sheriff Dillon, Bunt, as they go around the far turn now. Half mile from home, 2 fences to go. And it is still Gryffindor with the advantage. And Sheriff Dillon is now in second, has dead aim. Here comes Sermon of Love. Humdinger next, and far back, Bunt. 2 fences remaining. 12th fence, hanging tough, Gryffindor with Asperu, leads it by 2. Sheriff Dillon trying to edge by him. Back in third, Sermon of Love. Then you have another gap of a length to Humdinger, and Bunt far back into the stretch. Here's the last fence in the Holiday Cup. Gryffindor on the inside. Sheriff Dillon driving hard in the final yards. Gryffindor, Sheriff Dillon, and it'll be Gryffindor getting it by about a length. Xavier Asperu third winner. Sheriff Dillon second. Sermon of Love third. Humdinger fourth, and this the Holiday Cup. Oh no.
2 fences remaining. 12th fence. Hanging tough, Gryffindor with Asperu leads it by 2. Sheriff Dillon trying to edge by him. Back in third, Sermon of Love. Then you have Dillon down the length to Humdinger. And Bunt far back into the stretch. Here's the last fence, the Holiday Cup. Gryffindor on the inside. Sheriff Dillon driving hard in the final yards. Gryffindor, Sheriff Dillon, and it'll be Gryffindor getting it by about a length.
Warren and Karen Dempsey also here is the lead
I'd seen him break his maiden back at Camden when Chip rode him, and he's obviously a very nice horse. Mr. Voss told me everything I needed to know about him. Just told me to let him find his way. Try not to mess with his mouth too much because he's very light in his mouth, and just ride the race as we find it. And he went very straightforward, and he held off a late challenge. And again, I'm just very grateful.
And they're off. Towards the inside, Dinan, Texas for the early lead. To the outside, Belknap County moving up. There goes Orchid Princess moving through. On the inside, Carosita showing some speed at the rail. Between horses now as they go around the turn and as they head towards the backstretch. Dinan, Texas leads the way. In second on the outside is Orchid Princess. Carosita next, Belknap County. The gray is Fight Song. Down on the inside, Whitsand Bay, and the early trailer in this race is How To. Those seven head down the backstretch, and they're in pursuit of Dinan, Texas, who has the rail and the advantage by about a length. Down on the inside, moving through Orchid Princess now. Orchid Princess is right there. Belknap County moving along quite well in third. Break of two, Carosita, Fight Song, between horses, Whitsand Bay, and 3 lengths back to How To. Less than a half mile to go, and up on the outside, Orchid Princess now. Orchid Princess pokes ahead in front. Orchid Princess down on the inside, fighting back is Dinan, Texas. Fight Song looking for room from between horses. And Belknap County, Carosita, Whitsand Bay looking for room. Straightening away into the home stretch. Dinan, Texas, Orchid Princess looking for room, Carosita. Here comes Whitsand Bay, and Whitsand Bay on the outside. Whitsand Bay up in the final yards to win it. Very close for second between Carosita and Orchid Princess. And this our last race, the Twilight Purse.
Now, Orchid Princess pokes ahead in front. Orchid Princess down on the inside, fighting back is Dinan, Texas. Fight Song looking for room from between horses. And Belknap County, Carosita, Whitsand Bay looking for room. Straightening away into the home stretch. Dinan, Texas, Orchid Princess looking for room, Carosita. Here comes Whitsand Bay, Whitsand Bay on the outside. Whitsand Bay up in the final yards to win it. Very quick. The Aiken Institute for Animal Health and the Carolina River.
Looking 1-2, I might add. And no, it's great to ride. I love riding for Janet when I can because she was very kind enough to give me a job and bring me over to America and get me going. So I'm having a very successful year, but it wouldn't have happened unless she'd have brought me over. So I'm very grateful. And it's nice to ride for Janet when I can, and to ride a winner was even better.
Whoa, wait.